go. Yes. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. We got a lot of stuff to go through today. I hope you're sit back, relax, and ready. This is my first weekend update show, so let's see how this goes. Just going over some of the clips from the day and everything like that. I hope you sit back, relax, as we strap in for the new. Welcome in to the new. This is the Derek O'Shea Show.
Welcome to the revolution.
Shalom, Papa in the bill. What's good, dude? What's up, you magnificent bastard? It's me. Oh, I just figured, I got to do a freaking airport run later, and I'm like, let's do this show. Why the frick not? How are you doing, Papa? Get in the chat. Tell me how you're doing. I'm currently live on the YouTube's Rumbles, Twitch, Twitter, all those good things. We'll see if we can get some leftists. Hey, I made a new character. Just in case you're not ready, it's me, Ultra MAGA. And then I have me, Live Thoughts. And then just me. I think I'm going to be diagnosed on this show. I'm freaking split personalities. Have you ever been in a King of Fighters in a 96 tournament and got out of hand? No, but I did just finish watching Cobra Kai, so there's that. So yes, maybe emotionally involved, if that counts. I feel like that counts. We all get emotionally involved in a movie. Who doesn't go to a movie, walk out of a movie and think that that's some way real life? And you're just like, I just watched a bunch of ninjas fight people. I'm going to fight everyone I see. Like, I know I can beat them up. I have the, what was that old 90s movie, Three Ninjas? When I got out of that movie, I was like, dude, I'm going to fight everyone. I'm going to fight everyone ninja style. Freaking Three Ninjas. I wish I could watch movies like that on here for free. Who doesn't remember Three Ninjas? Because I do. All right, U.S. homes. This is breaking. U.S. homes value falls in August, the largest amount since 2011, per Zillow reporting. Yay! So, if you're not buying a house, if you're not in a house yet, sit back, relax, and keep praying. But if you're in a house, I am deadly sorry. I don't know what to say, but you probably locked in that nice interest rate like most of us didn't. Also, Biden is apparently tweeting up a storm while he's at the funeral today for the Queen. I haven't seen so many tweets from this man like this in a long time. Biden tweets out today, as we head into the fall, gas prices are down 27% over more than 13 straight weeks of declines. In your face, Ultra MAGA. Dark Brandon's here. Yeah, but let's not forget about the strategic petroleum reserves. How much until those run out? Oh, I can't wait to buy a house for the price of a VCT. What is a VCT? I'm blanking on that. A VCR. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm waiting for that sweet spot. I'm waiting until they finally admit that we're in a recession. Whenever that comes. I don't know if that'll ever come, but you never know. But, 27%, so praise God. You get a house down 27%, but then your interest rate is way higher. Biden also said today, while he's, again, at the funeral, because this is what he's up to, because of the investments we're making today, America will lead the world in clean energy technology tomorrow. But what happens if there isn't a tomorrow due to how you are treating the United States, the US dollar? How about that? How about we just spend into oblivion? But don't worry, the future is secure. But there might not be a country, so it'll be the greenest country you've ever seen in your freaking life. Oh, they'll never admit. No, they won't. They won't ever admit it. Also, we got to keep up with our Canadian partners. And here is Justin Trudeau at the funeral as well. Biden is tweeting more than Trump on a Sunday hot brunch. I know. Biden's tweeting more than Trump on a good stool, a good BM movement. A good BM. Who doesn't tweet when they're having a great BM? I'm about to. I'm enjoying some coffee right now. Praise God for that. Self-roasted coffee. Get your coffee. Derek O'Shea roast. I made my face so much bigger in these. I can't tell if it's obnoxious or not. Maybe I can make it even bigger. It's my face. I think it just looks so ridiculous. All right. I feel like I'm in like a sci-fi film or something. All right. God. All right, but here's Justin Trudeau deciding, he's got serious things at hand. There are a few things I hate more than watching celebrities do what we all do. Apparently we've had too many wines. Bohemian Rhapsody, that's a song about a guy who murdered a guy who begs in the court. Yeah. Well, it's perfect for him. But here's Justin Trudeau. Don't you hate when you see a celebrity do something that's not that impressive, but everyone's standing around watching because they're like, oh my God, it's like Justin Trudeau's just like me, bro. He knows the lyrics to this song, I swear to God. He's basically human. Listen. Yeah, but this is being shared, so I feel like I had to share it. It's not even that great of a clip. Oh my God, I just roasted him. He'll never come back to life after that one. Boom, roasted. And then here's the Queen today. I don't know if you know. Am I the only one that's like, wait, this is still happening? She's still being buried? Like, what is going on? Is this going on? It's going to go on for like 10 more weeks. Like, what the frick, dude? It's just so ridiculous. All right, next. By the way, I also have, if you're watching on Rumble right now, I have the chat open on Rumble for the first time ever. So, you never know. But Julia Assange also, calling Justin Trudeau a celebrity is like calling Lizzo a voice of a generation. Hey. I got my head down, check my nails. Tell me how you feel. She's got the body that just keeps on giving. But Julian Assange, Papa Julian had a message regarding the Queen's death that he wanted to come out and say, will the history books look back and not completely make this man out to be what corporate media decides to make him out to be, and some of our corporate elites make him out to be? But here's Julian Assange talking about freedom of speech and monarchy. Why do you care about freedom of speech so much, bro?
Every day, ordinary people teach us that democracy is free speech and dissent. For once, we the people stop speaking out and stop dissenting. Once we are distracted or pacified, once we turn away from each other, we are no longer free. For true democracy is the sum of our resistance. If you don't speak up, if you give up what is uniquely yours as a human being, if you surrender your consciousness, your independence, your sense of what is right and what is wrong. In other words, perhaps without knowing it, you become passive and controlled, unable to defend yourselves and those you love. People often ask, what can I do? The answer is not so difficult. Learn how the world works. Challenge the statements and intentions of those who seek to control us behind a facade of democracy and monarchy. Unite in common purpose and common principle to design, build, document, finance, and defend. Learn, challenge, act, now.
Man, that guy freaking fires me up, man. The fact that he's willing to do what he does and isn't backing down for the sake of freedom of speech, for the sake of questioning our authority, questioning our elites, is so captivating and empowering that he's like kind of the reason why I started this podcast. I just got so tired of pretending not to have a voice, pretending not to care, or just saying it's just bigger than me, there's nothing I can do. But I think that's like the wrong think. I think all of us need to just think, what's my part? What is my calling? What is something I'm kind of gifted in, and how can I make a difference in people's lives? And I think that's a perfect example, man. Don't kneel. Don't ever kneel. It's not worth it. Being a coward is never worth it. Always speak up. Always. So did Julian escape last time I saw him? No. He was arrested and bearded. Yeah, Noam Chomsky, weep, weep, envy. No, he's still where he is. Unfortunately. But we're trying to extradite him, and I think that's a long thing, but all right. But the thing that makes me so mad about Julian Assange, I think, is how the media, corporate media, treats him and talks about him like he's not one of them. It just shows you how you cannot trust these people. These people do not care about journalism. They don't care about finding out the truth. They just care about what team you're a part of. What's in your bio? Is it an R or a D, or what is it? What's in your bio? Is there a Ukraine flag? Is there a blue wave symbol? What's in your bio? Because if you need to just speak rightly and not wrongly, and that's what they care more about. And that's why they go after people like Project Veritas, who, yes, some of their ways in which they go about information is totally sketch, but I don't care. It's like, at this point, it feels like those are the only people that are really doing actual journalism. And of course they're being cascaded and set aside like they're fringe and insane. Of course they are. Because they're making other journalists look like crap. They're making other journalists look like they don't care, or aren't actually going after the truth, or actually not trying to find out the story, or not punching up like comedy is supposed to be, or like journalism is supposed to be. You're supposed to find out the information so that little people like us can actually get to know what's going on in the world and feel like we're a part of this world. But they made a decision, you know what? We'll give them what they need. We'll give them what we feel like is needed. The truth is a mild inconvenience to these people. Exactly. It's a stumbling block. You speak Spanish? Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Muy bien y tú? Yes, sí, gracias.
No. un poquito español. Oye, habla español. I am El Gring... Wait. I am El Gringo. I am El Gringo. Other storms call me El Gringo. Soy Ecuador. Oh, you son of a man. Yes. Hey, BG Garón. Ecuador. Yo soy americano. Sí. ¿Dónde está mi biblioteca? Sí.
El Biblia.
Okay, if you're from Ecuador, which I love Ecuadorians, why in Spanish newscasts do they all of a sudden start sounding like they just like,
hola, y cómo estás, y bien, y tú, y gracias, y sí.
Mi que besa es verde. Oh, sí. This just got derailed. I freaking love it. This is what this show's about. All right. We don't take breaks in this show like all the other podcasts do. I'm not going to have a commercial break. It's going to be me all the time. That's all you get is me, man.
Sí, y cómo estás y bien, ¿y tú? Y sí, gracias.
Okay. That like hurts my throat. I can literally just say I've never met an Ecuadorian that I've never liked. Yeah, me too. I like all Ecuadorians that I've ever met. Hey, you don't have a bad soccer team either. But here is so I pulled up the Biden 60 Minutes. I just lost a bunch of people. They're like, all right, I'm done listening to this. I'm done listening to this freaking trash of a show, dude. This isn't Charlie Kirk. I'm sorry. God. That's why I'll never make it. I'm just not serious enough. I need to be more serious and tell you the world is ending tomorrow. The world is ending tomorrow. Mark your calendars. All right. Well, I'm gonna watch some of this insanity. Well, let's get into this first before we say insanity. I saw this being passed around. I saw this clip being passed around. I was like, okay, this is literally how insane November is going to be, which I'm super excited about. Hopefully we'll get doxxed, you never know, or swatted, and they'll ruin my small business and my life, but you never know. Here is Tristan Snell making a video. This is literally a Nazi salute at Doug Maestro's campaign event in Pennsylvania 2022. Democracy is literally on the ballot in November. Okay. Oh my God. It looks like a Nazi salute. Okay, let's put our volume on and just double check.
And we'll do that by putting our right hand in the air on the count of 3. If you're willing to do this. Can you say what they said at Gettysburg?
You mean Munich?
When you see us
Pickles and Jaws, what's good?
lined up as one, sweep down the hill to victory. On the count of 3, we'll bring our hand down as one. Father, I pray that indeed Pennsylvania will be like Little Round Top, and America will have a new birth of liberty. As one on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's like a prayer, and this guy's like, this is literally a Nazi salute. Dude, the freaking left is so nuts. They're nuts. This is literally a Nazi salute. He's just like praying for freedom and praying that we get liberty back in America. This is literally a Nazi salute. Oh my God. Live reaction. Oh my God. Live exclusive footage of the Nazi camp. We found him, people.
And we'll do that by putting our right hand in the air.
Oh my God, we found him. Ew, sick. God, these people are nuts, man. Oh, November. Are you ready? Are you ready for the, hey, problem? It's me. It's PB. It's PB and J. Are you ready for November and all the gaslighting and the insanity and the straight up lies that are going to be pushed around all over the internet? Like stuff like this, calling somebody lifting their hands to pray over America. It's basically Nazi saluting. God, these people are nuts, dude. But they really are Nazis, though. For real. They are. Disgusting. I mean, you've heard of the Nazi uniform, but this is just fabulous right here. This pink on pink. That is what they're going for. All pink. An all pink Nazi regime. I swear to God. Oh my God. It's freaking pink. It's the pink pea hats. All they need is their pea hats, and they're like there. What did you say? the pea hats. Tristan Stell looks behind his toilet for Nazis. Looks behind his toilet for Nazis. Yeah, he really does. He probably, after he poops, he's like, was that one? I swear to God, I thought I heard him say something. Dr. Oz is pulling ahead, and PA, I saw that. Don't like him. Okay, I don't like Dr. Oz either. And if we could be honest, what's Dr. Oz's platform? What does he stand for? What is he running for? I don't know. I saw him in a grocery store picking out like stuff, saying stuff is expensive. Is that his campaign slogan? Like, I don't. And his other campaign slogan is like, John Fetterman won't debate me, bro. Like, what is going on? What are we doing here? I just feel like the Republican Party, Donald Trump picked him too. It's just like they just picked trash, dude. Like, I just feel like I could run a better campaign than 90% of these politicians, or at least they hire some of the dumbest people to run their campaigns for them. And speaking of dumb, before we get into Biden in 60 minutes, stuff is expensive. By 2024 campaigns. Yes, exactly. Speaking of dumb, this guy is he is like one of the greatest political grifters of our time. After he did that little magazine shoot saying, I was born for this. Here is Beto O'Rourke saying, come meet me and go for a run in Corpus Christi. Homeboy is wearing a button-up t-shirt. What kind of a running are we doing, man? What is this, spur of the moment? Was this your plan? Is this to show everyone how serious about health you are? Whenever I go to the gym, I go to the gym in a full suit. Because when I go into the gym, it's business time. And I'm going to get down to business. The Pennsylvania governor race is like asking if I'd rather be kneecapped with a wrench in her ram. Exactly. Robert Francis. Hey, his name's Beto. All right? It's not Robert. It's Beto. I love that people like, so I talk to people in Texas all the time. I have family in Texas. I have friends in Texas. And they will literally correct me if I say Robert Francis. They're like, no, he goes by Beto now. Okay, Beto. You mean the rich, white, suburban kid is named Beto? I'm also wearing my work boots. Like, oh my God. All right, look at this video. I just hate that politicians think this is their way of connecting with people in real life, but here he is.
Hey, we're inviting you to...
Also, can you see how he just like starts out his run smiling? Is it on? Is it on? Is it on? Is the camera on? I swear to God, it better be on. I'm not doing this more than once because this is a long run.
Hey, we're inviting you to join me for a run bright and early in Corpus Christi. All are welcome. We're looking forward to seeing you out.
This beat is 25 years later, yeah. It's more like a light jog to a gun store to lecture people about fully assault pistols. Yeah, exactly. You're damn right I'm going to take your assault rifles. God, freaking Beto O'Rourke. I swear to God, if he wins, Texas is over. There's no way, but he is the cringe of the elite he's basically a Gavin Newsom. He pretends to know what it's like to be poor or be working class and cares about you, but he's never lived a day in the life. He doesn't know what it's like fearing for her life, pumping gas at night. He doesn't know what that feeling's like. He doesn't know what it's like to jump on the L in Chicago and ride it at 2 a.m, praying to God you get home safely. Like, he doesn't know any of that. But he cares about you. Why? Because he's a Democrat, and Democrats are the ones with empathy. Everyone knows that. Politicians are so removed from average Joes, they can't help it. They're all rich. I know. I wish, at least I think that's why they hated Trump so much, because he was like one of the first politicians to come in and be like, yeah, what? I'm rich. Okay? I'm rich. Get over it. Okay. We get it. All right, I'm going to hear some of this interview and we'll go back to it because it's freaking CBS and they'll catch me for balancing between fair use and stealing their videos. So we'll go back and forth. We won't make it all about 60 Minutes, but we'll find some clips. But I don't know if you've seen some of the clips. Have you guys seen some of the clips from this interview and how insane it is? Of course, Beta doesn't worry about being mugged. He's a private security, exactly, with fully semiotic assault pistols. You know, because of where I know you work, I bet those are real. I got a new drum for my pistol the other day. It's freaking fire. All right, let's see some of these clips. This 60 Minutes interview is just so unreal. And I didn't want to just take the clips because I always feel like people, when they clip it up, sometimes they miss some of the most key things because they're not as intellectually amazing as we are at the Derek O'Shea community. I mean, I trust, pickles and jars for Hillary and Papa more than my own. Oh, God, just the way he looks into his eyes. It's like, I have a lot more to give. All right, we're done with that party. We're partying, though. So far, it's been 2 hours. I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. Not everyone streams for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends and family about the Derek O'Shea Show. Make sure to drop a like if you're new here. Subscribe. Click subscribe right there. Click, boom, and then hit the notification bell. Last bit before I say more, The Office taught me is every person of Scranton suffers under the unbearable stupidity of its leadership. How dare you talk about Michael Scott like that? My mom told me to get up every morning when I was 14. Yeah, me too. My mom used to sing to me to get me out of bed, and I hated it. I was just like, shut up, get out. Quit singing. But here's a business owner from Eagle Pass. She owns a barbecue joint that now is having to shut down due to illegal immigrants taking it over and stealing from her. But again, these communities can handle it, not Martha's Vineyard. This woman is just a lying sack of you-know-what. Let's listen to her talk about it, though.
It just feels like we're completely overrun and we've lost control of everything. At least I know that here you're helpless. You're helpless. And those people that say that we don't have a problem, you come live in Eagle Pass for a few weeks and you'll see it. And you'll understand how awful and insecure it feels. I've been a member of the community for over 50 years. I'm a second-generation owner to a barbecue business in town that it's called the Wagon Wheel. We are off the main highway. I also have a property as well that's been in the family for over 26 years. And I've just, not only has my business been broken into and ransacked, it's just the insecurity now. You don't feel safe at home anymore. I worked alongside my father for 19 years. One break-in 25 years. From February to now, I've had 5. I don't know how to secure my building enough to keep these people away.
What a liar. God, that is so sad, man. Again, these people all pretend, as long as it doesn't affect them, they're for it. Always, People's lives are being ruined because of Biden's immigration policies. And then Ron DeSantis and Governor Abbott, yes, do political stunts in order to show people. But how are you supposed to talk to these people that tell you that you're crazy for saying otherwise? You have to show them to their face of their own hypocrisy. And that's what we saw. We saw within 24 hours, 50 immigrants leave and get bused to a military base off the island because they couldn't handle it. But they look at these communities who are just getting ransacked by these people, often young 20, 30-year-old men, and they're just like, just deal with it. It's because you're racist. I mean, the Democratic Party is the party of rich elites, and the Republican Party is now becoming the working class party, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. But that's why they continue to make it seem like these people are the most evil pricks on earth. It's just disgusting. Some of the things that come out, because you'll never see this story on CNN because it doesn't fit their narrative. And that's what's like the most depressing is people's lives are being ruined. Average people's lives that maybe in people that voted for Democrat or thought Joe Biden was a good person. It's like these people are getting a reality check, and 2 million people cross the border, and we're supposed to act like, that's not that many people. 50 migrants go to an island and all hell breaks loose. 50. But 2 million people cross the border, and it's like, just deal with it. Got it. We have a serious problem in this country, and the biggest problem is being truthful and honest with real situations like this, and it makes me angry. What did she really mean by keep these people out? She's racist. I know. Super racist. You're half right. In order to have a failed immigration policy, you actually have to have an immigration policy. That's true. Our immigration policy is that we don't have an immigration policy. She refuses to stop being poor. Yeah, get a job. Go get a good union job. I know you ruined your business is ruined for life, but just go get one of those good green union jobs that are going to make a difference in the world by using Chinese products. Praise God. It's just, I don't know. It just depresses me. It's just the same thing as I saw with COVID, where people were locking down businesses and their lives are being ruined. And people were just like, we need to do this. And you're like, but I can't feed my family or my coworkers anymore. And they're like, I don't care. But again, it's those ultra MAGA that are ruining this country, one piece by piece. All right, next video. Ooh. All right, I need a break. Did you see this video? I saw this video being passed around. It's freaking hilarious. Hey, maybe if you unionize, you could have prevented this. Sounds like some mafia shit. Oh, dude, because it is, man. Like, join a union or else. It's a perfect example of you need to finish in life all the way. Look at this. Look at this video. All right, here. This person hit this person's car, and then they like wrote him a note.
So I went to Walmart. I found this on my car saying, sorry for the damage on your car. Can't afford to fix it, but here's chocolate instead. Left this, and here's the damage on my car.
Oh my God, that's so nuts. People are such jerks, man. So is he safe on base or not? Yeah, he's totally safe. Safe. You never touched him, man. Dude, I would be so mad if I came out.
So I went to Walmart. I found this on my car saying, sorry for the damage on your car. Can't afford to fix it, but
can't afford to find it and fix it. Shout out to Find It, Fix It.
Here's chocolate instead. Left this, and here's the damage on my car.
At least you can still open the door. I know. What is she complaining about? God, so rude. Also, let's never forget that this is COVID and its peak. Let's never forget this.
Oh
when you go to vote.
God, it's so nice. It's so nice.
How's the family and the children? Everybody okay?
You okay?
That's
Are
fantastic.
you okay? Oh, it's so
The only
nice.
problem is we can kiss.
No, we can't. Not
No,
through
kiss
this.
like on the cheek. Cause
Oh, I see what you mean.
Kiss me on the
Go
cheek.
Phil's turn. Off you pop.
come to G.
Come to Gino. Give me a kisses. Oh, it's so nice.
So
Good to
great
see you too.
Great.
That's
You just need to replace the door probably and do some body work. Yeah, exactly. And maybe get a whole new car or whatever. All right, let's now it's time for some Bill Maher time, because apparently he said something that we are all going to agree with. Actually, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Just a quick break. I'll be right back. Quick break. Somebody's got to go pee-pee. Okay, bye.
Hey guys, if you want to support my show, you gotta buymeacoffee.com/
All right. Baby, we back. TurboGrafx 16? I don't. Sheep. I'll never forget the pandemic. Know how much whiskey I mainline. Yeah, exactly. Does anyone know this guy's pronouns? I'm too afraid to ask. Are you talking about me? Don't ask. I'm a don't ask, don't tell policy on this show. Flip flop, flip it. That's close, Papa. That's very close. All right, apparently this is freaking destroying the libs, and that's what it's all about in life.
And finally, new rule: you can get creative with a novel, a TV show, or a movie, but history.
I thought you'd be gone longer. Hey, it was just a quick pee. I mean, come on. I'm old, man. I got that small bladder.
3 books. That's not supposed to be fan fiction. How we teach our kids history has become a big controversy these days, with liberals accusing conservatives of
Have you guys seen this clip?
whitewash the past, and sometimes that's true. Sometimes they do. But plenty of liberals also want to abuse history to control the present. And last month, a scholar named James Sweet caught hell for calling them out for doing just that. He criticized a phenomenon known as presentism, which means judging everyone in the past by the standards of the present. It's the belief that people who lived 100 or 500 or 1,000 years ago really should have known better.
I honestly, I love that. That's a great joke. But honestly, I always wonder, like, what is going to be generation after generation. They look back at our generation. What will be our sins of our past? What will be the thing that we don't recognize as bad or not good? Will it be freedom of speech? Will it be not speaking up when we should have spoke up? What will it be? I'm always curious of that. I've heard about presentism and relativism. Heck yeah, dude.
Years ago, it's the belief that people who lived 100 or 500 or 1,000 years ago really,
I knew what you meant.
They should have known better. Which is so stupid. It's like getting mad at yourself for not knowing what you know now when you were 10. Stupid me, spending all that time raising sea monkeys and playing with slot cards and jerking off to a Playboy in the barn.
Ew.
Who doesn't have moments from your past that make you cringe? Who hasn't said, I can't believe I said...
Not me, I'm perfect. And definitely not me. I have never done anything wrong. Oh, yes, you have. Oh, no, I haven't.
That. I can't believe I wore that. I can't believe I thought that. I can't believe I did that. You ate dirt. You wanted to be a Ghostbuster. You shoplifted gum. You tried to be a white breakdancer. You wanted to marry Scott Baio.
Whoa. And I'm coming out my closet. I can't believe it's not butter. Yeah.
I read Ayn Rand. I smoked. I was into numerology. Yes, because we hadn't then grown into the persons we would become. And humanity writ large is just the collective version of that. Did Columbus commit atrocities? Of course. But people back then were generally atrocious. Everybody who could afford one had a slave, including people of color. The way people talk about...
Yeah, who didn't want to marry Scott Baio? I know I did. That dude was looking fine as...
About slavery these days, you'd think it was a uniquely American thing that we invented in 1619.
Oh, we did?
But slavery throughout history
We
has
definitely
been the rule,
did.
not the exception. The Sumerians, the Egyptians, the Greeks, Romans, the Arabs, British, the early Americans, all the way up through R. Kelly.
I wanna piss on you. Yes, I do. I'll pee on you. I'll pee on you. Drip, 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 pee on you.
The Holy Bible is practically an owner's manual for slaveholders. The word slave...
Oh, God. Look. It's like, I can only, like, stay silent for so long, but as somebody who's spent 4 years of his life studying the Bible and getting a degree in it, that is, like, the most idiotic take on the Bible. Just like a woman submitting to her husband and being, like, a complete nobody and just shutting up and submitting. That's, like, the stupidest take ever. But, you know, people always in life have used books to create their own narrative, just like the news. They look at information and then they create it to what they actually want to be. So if they want to be an evil tyrant, they will use whatever information to kind of make it out to be whatever you want. The book of Exodus is about a bunch of Africans owning Middle Eastern slaves. Yeah, true. And freeing them in the end. So it makes you wonder, isn't it? I mean, the whole point of that was to free a bunch of slaves. Yeah, God is totally for slaves. I get that. What is he talking about? How they were slaves in the... What is he talking about? How they were slaves in the... He doesn't know what he's talking about. Bill Maher is like a perfect example of people that have never actually read or studied scripture, and then they decide they want to start talking about it like they know, because they take like one story or they take one passage where it says the slave needs to give his master like his money at the end of the day. It's just like you give money to the government or whatever, and they take like one like portion. They're like, oh, so they're promoting it. And you're like, that doesn't mean it at all. This is why I don't respect Bill Maher. He's so smug when it comes to religion, and this is coming from a guy who's religious when I'm in deep trouble. Yeah, well, I think that's like the majority of people. No one's an atheist in foxholes, right? Yeah, he's part of that old 90s atheist that was like very smug about it instead of just, I don't know. His whole thing was owning the Christians, as in the new Ultra MAGA is about owning the libs. They just flipped. What's his face on Fox News is a little bit more level-headed. Gutfeld? Is that what you're talking about? I'm going off of just assumptions because you didn't give me very much. Besides, what's his face? I'm like, what's his face? Guy who has like a late night show. Let's keep listening though. But this is supposed to be owning this. He has a good point though. He's talking about how people in today's culture would look at like slave trade and they're just like calling us evil, looking at white people and saying we're a part of it, even though I wasn't part of it. In fact, my family historically, I've looked at my family stuff. We've always been relatively poor, and so we wouldn't own slaves anyways because that's part of people like Jeff Bezos. Those people own slaves, not people like you and me. People make it seem like everyone walked around with slaves. That was not the case. So, the rich owned them, the mega rich, the ultra elite, the people that have parties and functions and, giving back to charity nights and it really just being about them getting dressed up and getting drunk. Those are the people that would own slaves, not people like you and me that drive used vehicles and are trying to get by and trying to decide whether to go out to a restaurant and get beers with Buddy or buy, Chipotle so you don't have to spend as much on a whole meal while you're at a brewery. But yeah, we were all part of it.
Slave comes from Slav, because so many Slavic people were enslaved, and they're as white as the Hallmark Channel.
Oh, Slav people aren't real. Only black people were slaves. Everyone knows that.
People were enslaved, and they're as white as the Hallmark Channel. Who do you think gathered the slaves from the interior of Africa to sell to slave traders? Africans, who also kept their own slaves. We're a species prone to making others of our species our bitch. I've said it before.
That language is not welcome on my channel, young man.
And I'll say it again. Humans are not good people. And the capacity for cruelty is a human thing, not a white thing. That's the truth, even though it doesn't jibe.
Oh, Tucker Carlson? Yeah. Yeah. That's why they hate Tucker Carlson so much, because he has a different take than majority of, corporate media. They hate him so much. Even if you don't agree with his takes, the fact that he asks questions and is willing to engage in stories that other people at Fox News, CNN, and MSNBC would rather just stay away from, should tell you everything. I'm sorry, but he's quoting Thomas Sowell. Of course he is. Is he? What is that, a Thomas Sowell quote? I'm sure he is, though. That's the highest form of flattery. That's why you're always welcome to quote me. Just make sure you use my quotes out of context. Thank you.
With the current narrative. But in today's world, when truth conflicts with narrative, it's the truth that has to apologize. Being woke is like a magic moral time machine where you judge everybody against what you imagine you would have done in 1066, and you always win. Presentism. Yeah, this professor is right. It's just a way to congratulate yourself about being better than George.
I'll quote you barely in context. Okay, I'll take barely all day. Just make sure you use sayings like I destroyed somebody, or I'm triggering someone, or I went crazy on something. Make sure you use very emotional based words when you talk about using my quotes. Thomas Sowell spoke about African slaves bringing entire villages up to the coast. Oh yeah, well it's true. I mean, people forget who's the people selling these slaves. You think white people just came in and took over? No, there were tribes that saw, oh, this is a good economic thing to do. We can make some money. We can become more powerful. We can take over other areas, and we'll sell these people from other tribes. I mean, there's so much history when it comes to slaves of all races. People that were too poor to pay off their debts, they became a slave in order to pay off debts that they owed to the state or to another human being, or they became a slave in order to take on a wife. I mean, it's not right. But it's part of our history and how we weren't the most empathetic beings back in the day. We weren't great people necessarily. We did everything we could to survive, because sometimes even a winter could kill a whole family back in those days. So if there was an advantage for people to be able to survive, they would do it, including make the other to be non-human. If I was in 1066, I would invest in Google and immediately get burned to the stake for heresy. Dude. Robin Hood was around in 1066, so you probably could have invested for free.
George Washington, because you have a gay friend and he didn't. But if he was alive today, he would too. And if you weren't alive, if you were alive then, you wouldn't. Portland Public Schools has a plan now to teach kids that the idea of gender, being mainly binary, was brought here by white colonizers. The curriculum guide says,
lots of other races got sold to slavery too. Yeah, of course they did. It's mainly you should look at slavery not necessarily in the sense of race, but in the context of the poorest of poor. I mean, and in some aspects, it's happening in today's culture. There's more slaves in today's world than there ever has been. Sex slaves, people hooked on drugs. These are uncomfortable conversations, but it's always the poorest of the poor that get taken over by the rich and the elite class and people with power. It's just how it's always been, and it's freaking sad and annoying, and it should make you angry. But to say it's strictly and if the people in power will use and say whatever they can in order for their actions to be justified. I mean, we saw it with COVID. So why would it be any different back then for slavery? They would use scripture that is completely out of context in order to fit their agenda for anything in life. They would use, scripture was the biggest one because Christianity was so popular and so openly spoken about back then as the foundation of truth. So if they could take something out of context and make it true, they would do it. The elites have always been doing that. They've always taken small truths out of context or created their own truths in order to justify their actions. That's just who they are. Does he write his own jokes? Hell no. No, he has like some poor intern in the basement writing his jokes for him. I'm sure he writes some, but no. All these people on late night TV don't write their own jokes. None of them do. They all have like 30 or 40 writers that write jokes for them. That's why when you hear a bad joke, you're like, really? That's it? That's the best you could come up with? I could come up with a better joke on the spot than that. Well, this is the world we live in.
Binary was brought here by white colonizers. The curriculum guide says, when the United States was colonized by white settlers, their views around gender were forced upon the people already living here. Not even Star Trek would try that story. Where they discover a planet and give them separate bathrooms. It's like they finally discovered a unified theory of wokeness, incorporating all their ideas about race, gay, gender, and colonizers.
Exactly, find it.
Like the New World was a great big diverse dance club and the Pilgrims were the bridge and tunnel crowd who came in and ruined everything. There's a play called I, Joan, currently being presented in London, written by Charlie Josephine, who identifies as non-binary and uses they, them pronouns. And it portrays Joan of Arc as, surprise, non-binary with they, them pronouns. Which, if you think about it, makes even less sense because Joan, being French, spoke a language where every noun is masculine or feminine.
Bill does mostly coke while he lists reasons why he's better than ever. Yeah, I know. Bill is one of the most like smug dudes ever. But this is a good point. It's good to hear that someone on the left is at least willing to be somewhat self-reflective, because you don't see self-reflection or just like identifying things about their own camp, their own base, their own ecosphere that is negative. So it's good. You got to clap it. You got to acknowledge it. But to act like he's one of us or whatever people feel like they want to say that's not the case whatsoever. I can't wait for non-binary people to have to fight for food when society ultimately, gosh. I hope that doesn't happen for our sake.
Joan says in the play, I'm not a girl. I don't fit that word, as if she's a character on Euphoria. Now, it's true, Joan of Arc did wear pants, but that's what the soldiers wore, and she was soldiering. But in the retelling, Joan would rather die than stop wearing men's clothing. Okay, Joan of Arc wasn't executed by the fashion police. Her trial went on for over 2 months. We have the transcript, and not once did she complain about being misgendered. She had bigger fish to fry, like herself. Too soon, it was 1431. Which is not to say that there isn't truth to the old rubric that history is written by the winners, and it is subjective. Napoleon said history is just a fable we all agree on. And he should know because he was a deaf woman named Diane.
I believe it. Freaking Diane. Diane would go to all those wars and take over countries. Who would it? I don't know.
But it's also true that much of history is indisputably factual because we have artifacts and coins and birth records and archaeology, and somebody in Mesopotamia kept a record of how much grain they ate. It's not all up in the air to change or...
What up with these girls chopping their breasts off? It's sad. The whole Joan of Arc thing too. It's like, where are the feminists that are freaking out about that? They're just erasing women constantly. You see it in sports. You see it in movies. It's like, also if you're like a tomboy, all of a sudden you're non-binary. Is that what it is now? I don't get that one. The non-binary thing is like the one I just like. I can't logically understand it. even if you create your own reality in your head, it just to be called they them, like it just doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm a huge bigot. What am I gonna do? I'm just learning. I don't know anything. I'm just learning these things.
Delete or make up based on what makes you feel better today.
Well, it might have been cold that day. Yeah, that too. Or maybe she didn't want to get stabbed in the leg and wore pants for that reason.
Hey, a couple of years ago, they made a movie called The Aeronauts about the scientists who broke the record for the highest altitude in a balloon. In fact, they were both men. But the movie made one of them a woman because, as the director explained, representation is important. So true. Women never get enough credit for the things they didn't do.
Oh, that's a great line.
I think
I've always wondered why they guys stick his hand in his coat? Stick his hand in his coat? I'm confused. It's a generation that's been brainwashed into thinking they have been special without putting in an effort. Oh my God, I know. Because you deserve it. Because you're human too, Papa. They use the human thing. Like we're all celebrating these victories together. We're all basically humans. And so my victory is your victory, even if it's all your effort. What?
Meryl Streep should play Seabiscuit, so every girl will know she too can grow up to be a racehorse. All right.
It's pretty good. Nice. All right, guys. I've appreciated you guys. I've had a lot of fun with you guys today. It means a lot to me. We just did a live stream for 2.5 hours. Good God. I'm not going to have a late show today, a later show, because I'm picking up somebody from the airport. God, I'm a good friend. Don't ever be that friend. But they better pay you back. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your day. Tell your friends and family about the Derek O'Shea Show. The Lucy quote, Ash Williams, I deserve two things, Jack and Jack and Blue. Yeah, exactly. Hey, good times. Hey, appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Make sure to drop a like before you leave on this video. And share this, if you don't mind, on social media platforms, because the algorithm doesn't give a crap about me. And why should they? But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And it means a lot to me you hung out with me. I love you guys. Bye. We'll see you later. See you later, alligator.